If you want to know how to make this dress and style it in different ways, this is a tutorial for you. Yeah. So going ahead to take down the measurement, I'll be taking the bust line measurement on the bust, the waistline, and then we'll go ahead to root this point out. So make sure you're marking your measurements directly from the shoulder point. Then also I'll take down my neck width, which is 3 inches for the neck width and 7 inches for the shoulder. Then I'll go up by 1.5 inches to get the chest line, the armhole line. So once that is done, you go ahead to mark out your the measurement you had on the shoulder, which is 7 inches, then connect the points like so. Then before that, you go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and connect the points. Once you've gone ahead to do that, next step is to divide the armhole into 2 equal parts. So now that I've connected that point, I'll be going in by 0.5 inches and drawing a line like so. The next step is to label. So this is the armhole line, this is the bust line, this is the on the bust line, and this is the waistline. So we're going to be taking one more measurement. Okay, so that measurement will determine where you want your backs to stop. So I'll be going down by 5 inches like so and connecting the points as well. So now that we've already gotten all the horizontal lines, now we can go ahead to take down our nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5 inches. So mine is 3.5 inches. I'm just going to be marking it down to the top length. So once that is done, I'll create a vertical line from that point, that is from the under bust. Take note of that, down to the top length. Okay, go ahead to mark 0.5 inches on both sides for the dart leg, which would make it 1 inch, and connect the point. So from the underbust to the waistline, we're going to be slanting it like so, then drawing a straight line down to the top length like so, as you can see what I did. So yeah, this is how it should look. So the essence of doing this is because we're going to be using a bra cup for this. So now we'll take our bust measurement. Mine is 8.5 inches. Then your under bust measurement, ensure to take that as well. Then go ahead to take your waist measurement, include the 1 inch that's intake, and take down the measurement. So after that is done, just go ahead to connect the points like so. Like I said, you can skip the under bust measurement, just draw a line directly from the bust line to the waistline and you're still fine. Okay, but if you want it to be very snatched and fitted, this is what you should do. So I'll just connect these points like so. Honestly, we're not using that line after the waistline, okay, because we're not even drawing or creating anything on the hips. But if you're creating something on the hips, then you have to take the hip measurement. Okay, now we go ahead to mark out where we want the bra cup to start. So I'll be marking 0.5 inch or probably 0.6 inches, which is okay by me. I just want it to be spaced at that center a bit, so I used 0.6 inches. Now I'll be placing the bra cups like so, and I will be marking faint strokes so that I can get it right. And once done, we'll go ahead to use the curve rule to connect the points accurately. Okay, so this is basically how it should look by the time you are done. And yeah, this is it. So just connect the lines properly. So this is how you connect it. This is actually where the bra cup is going to stop on the dress. Then I'll use the curve rule to connect it like so. So make sure you're doing it exactly the way I'm doing it right here. Okay, now on the side I'll be going up by 1 inch. Okay, so I don't want it to be too long, so I'm just going to be connecting the points like so. You can actually connect it from this end, but no, I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, I just realized that there was dart there, so I'm going to be closing up the dart to get that back line that I really want. So I'll be going down by, let's say, 4.5 inches. I don't want it to get to 5 inch. So you can see I've already taped this down. So now I can create the back line, the design I truly want. So however ways you want yours to look like, you can do it. Okay, so I'm just going to be doing it like this connecting the curve, very smoothly. I don't want it to have any sharp, edge. So make sure you're copying that point at that center part like so. And yeah, this is how I really want it. This is how I want it to do. It looks really good, trust me. So I'm just going to be erasing the first one I initially, connected. And yeah, this is it. So now you can actually use your tracing wheel to, ensure that by the time you remove the tape, it's going to come out really well. You will know where the dot is stopping. Okay, this is very essential, very important. If you cannot, you don't have tracing wheel, you can actually use like probably pins to poke them so that you know how the curve is going. So can you see, this is how it looked like? But when I was done, I used the tracing wheel. So that is how I'm going to be cutting it. And once you cut it like so, you realize that once you're stitching, to be very, very easy for you, because you will not have to cut excess out. Okay, so yeah, this is basically. So now let's go ahead to cut it completely. So now we'll just be cutting out the cup area. So you can see the way I'm cutting it out. So we're going to be placing all our seam allowance on the fabric, so don't be scared, you're cutting it the right way. But in case you're not cutting the right way, please watch closely the way I am cutting it. So this is how it looks like. If yours isn't looking like it, then it's not it. All right, let's work on the back pattern of the dress now. The first thing we're going to do is mark out 1.5 inches from the center back. This will serve as a zipper allowance. Once that is marked, you use your ruler to draw a straight line. Okay, now that we've done that, the next step is placing the front pattern on the back pattern paper. Now this makes it easier. You tape it down neatly, making sure it's aligned properly at the top and along the center back. With that secured, we're going to be tracing around the front pattern. However, keep in mind that I want the back design to be slightly different from the front. I want the back to be shorter, not as long as the front, but if you want yours to match, that's perfectly okay. Just keep it the same length. Now, as I trace the necessary points, I make sure to mark out key reference lines like the bust point, the waistline, the dot line. After that, I remove the front pattern and connect the marked points using a straight ruler to clean up the lines. Okay, so the next step is where we shape the back pattern. To give it that nice fit, first I'll draw the dot by making the existing dot clearer. We'll also go down by 0.5 inches from the bust line, which is the same adjustment we made on the front. For the top of the back pattern, which is the next line, we're keeping it straight. Now remember, the dot intake we took from the front, we'll do the same here. Mark 1 inch for dot intake and connect those lines neatly. Next, we're going to adjust for zipper bulge. It is very important if you want your zipper to lay flat without puffing out. To do this, go in by 0.5 inch at that center back waistline and then connect that point back up. Okay, depending on your design, this helps shape the lower back and gives it a better fit. Now, because we took away 0.5 inch at that center back, we need to add it back at the side seam to maintain balance. So add 0.5 inch at the side seam starting from the waist down and reconnect your side seam curve accordingly. Erase any extra or unwanted lines to keep the pattern clean. From the center back neckline, I'm going to go down by 2 inches. Okay, this is how I want the back to sit. You can decide how deep you want yours to be. To make the new back neckline curve nicely, close the dots. Repeat after me. Close the dot just like we did on the front. Then draw a smooth curve. Now, I'm going to take my tracing wheel to mark out that final shape. Be sure everything is clear and aligned properly. So I'll just be connecting the 0.5 inch from here and draw a slanted line from the top downwards. Okay, so make sure you're erasing the initial one. After that, add back the 1.5 inch zipper allowance along the zipper line so we don't forget when cutting on fabric. Once you're satisfied with your pattern, cut it out carefully, starting from the top down to the hem. This gives us our finished back pattern. Now we are ready to cut on fabric, and I'm going to be using this pink cotton fabric. This fabric is stunning, right? I don't usually play with bold colors during tutorials, but today I'm making an exception and I'm loving it. Okay, so now we're going to cut on fabric, and we're going to be adding 1.5 inches seam allowance at the side seam, 0.5 inch at the neckline and hemline. This applies to both the front and the back patterns. Okay, now next up we're going to cut the bra cups. Cut a rectangular fabric piece about 22 inches, okay, by width and 12 inches by length. Fold it once. Going to be folding it again, and it's going to form a neat box when laid flat. From the corner, measure 5.5 inches. Use your measuring tape to rotate around the edge like a compass, making that 5.5 inch curve across the fabric. This will give us a nice rounded shape for the cup. Go ahead and cut out the shape, and when you open it, you're going to be cutting 1.5 inches for the dart intake. Once that is done, you'll see that the fabric curves beautifully, forming a nice 3D shape perfect for bust coverage. We just created one part of the bra cup, but you will need to cut 4 pieces like this, so each cup made of 2 halves. So in total, that is 8 pieces if you're cutting lining and main fabric. Now for the straps, I've cut out 4 straps, each 2 inches wide, around 29 inches long. This will serve as the shoulder straps. Now let's begin. This is the front pattern of our dress. The first thing we need to do is stitch the dot. Take note of where the dot starts and ends. That's where we're going to fold and stitch. For this dress, I'm using the same fabric for both the outer piece and the lining. So everything I'm doing to the main fabric, I will also be repeating with the lining fabric. Now let's move to the back piece. Remember that we cut the back into 4 pieces. We'll also be sewing that on each of these pieces, just like we did for the front. Once your darts are sewn, this is what your front piece should look like. It already has a bit of shape, which is great. Next, place right sides together for the front and its lining, and stitch the top edge using 0.5 inch seam allowance. Now it's time to prepare the straps. Fold each strap into 2. Right sides together using 0.5 inch seam allowance. You will end up with 4 straps in total. Make sure you press them with an iron to keep them flat. We're going to attach the straps to the back piece. Place the straps where you want them to sit, and then place the lining fabric on top of it. Right sides facing each other. You're going to sew across the top edge again, 0.5 inch seam allowance to secure the straps in between the layers. Now that the front and the back are prepared, let's join the sides using a French seam. To do this, first place the wrong sides of the front and the back together. So a straight stitch with 0.5 inch seam allowance. Trim down the excess, trim about a 1/4 inch off, then turn the fabric so that the right sides are now facing each other, and sew again with a 1 inch seam allowance. This encloses the raw edges neatly inside. Next, stitch the center back using 0.5 inch seam allowance, leaving spaces for the zipper. Okay, now let's move to the cups. You should have 8 pieces of the cups. We will now sew each pair of cup pieces together using 0.5 inch seam allowance. After sewing your cup pieces, it should look curved and shaped. Now here is a helpful tip. Always use a bra cup that is 2 inches bigger than your actual bust measurements. So if your bust is 34 inches, use a 36 bra cup for this design. I'm using a 36 bra cup for mine. Place the sewn fabric cups over the bra cups in your desired style. Feel free to place yours differently if you prefer a classic look. Pin the cups down neatly and then trim any excess fabric that's sticking out. Be careful not to cut into the actual cup. Now place the lining fabric over the pin cup and pin it all around. Sew around the edge carefully to secure it. When you're done sewing, turn the cup right side out, press it and trim any remaining small edges to smoothen it. This gives the cup a neat and finished look both inside and outside. So make sure you're tucking it and making sure everything is in place. Try not to cut through the bra cup so that it will look smooth by the time you're ready to stitch it on the top. Now we'll need to attach the finished cup onto the bodice. Place them carefully in the cup opening area and attach them down. Make sure both sides are symmetrical and equal. This is what it should look like, very neat and structured. Now it's time to prepare the gathered skirt. I use 3.5 yards of fabric for mine, run a loose stitch, a gathering stitch along the top edge of the skirt panel, and pull the thread gently to gather it to your waist measurement plus the zipper allowance. Once the skirt is gathered, make sure you're taking down the measurement because it needs to align with the top width of the dress. Okay, so once you take down the measurement, ensure that you're measuring your waist measurement plus a zipper allowance. Once you figured out the measurement, it is time to place the top on the skirt. So now make sure you're leaving an extra inch of seam allowance on both ends to fold in the raw edges neatly. We're going to be marking the center of the top like so, and we'll do the same for the center of the skirt. Once you mark that point, you can go ahead to pin them down and stitch right through. So ensure you're leaving an extra inch of seam allowance on both ends to fold in the raw edges neatly, since we are not using an overlock machine. Okay, so make sure you're stitching it like so. So if the skirt doesn't align with the top, of course we have to adjust it to ensure that everything aligns. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, and as you're doing so, make sure you're leaving extra 1 inch seam allowance. Now we're gonna head to join the dress. You can see how it looks. So now we have an extra inch seam allowance to fold at the side. Remember, we need to fold this part in, so I'll just be folding it twice and making sure it's matched with the top, and that is it. Now that is done, the next step is to add the zipper. So we're just going to be folding it together like so. So when you're folding it, you're just going to be stitching. You're going to start stitching from wherever the zipper stopped. Okay, so you can go down by 7 to 8 inches on that zipper point. Okay, side seam allowance for the zipper, you can just measure from the waistline and mark 7 inches downwards, and you can just stop there. But here I marked 8 inches, so you can actually stop at 7 to 8 inches and also stitch it down from there. Then once that is done, you can go ahead to place your zipper. If you have no idea on how to fix a zipper, I have a video on my channel showing how to fix an invisible zipper. I will drop a link at the top so you can go ahead to watch it. Okay, so yeah, basically this is how it looks right now. It looks really good. I love the outcome of it. This is how the front looks like. So the next step is just to cover the edges of the bra cup so you can see. So I'm going to be cutting out 2 straps like this, not so long, so you're going to be using it to cover those edges at the back, okay, because you need the finishing to look very good. So I'm just going to be folding it like this. You can actually cut the strap on bias. It's actually very suitable. Then go ahead to stitch it like so. So this is how I'm going to be placing it. You can see how I tucked it. So I'm going to head to stitch it around. So I'm just going to be trimming the edges. So as you're trimming it, ensure that you're just trimming a 1/4 inch. Okay, just a quarter. So I'm going to be trimming it gently, and once you're done trimming, you go ahead to fold it again. So you'll be folding it twice, so make sure you're folding it like so. So this is how I'm going to be folding it. I'll fold it once and then fold it again. Once done, you go ahead to stitch it right through. Hope this is clear. This is how it should look like once you've covered the cup properly. So yeah, this is how it looks. So the next step now is to place your straps. Okay, so I'm going to be placing the front strap, which is so easy. You can actually tack it down from the front and allow the stitch to show, or just tack it down from the inside and make it invincible. I would like to go ahead and tack it down so that it will be invincible and just be tacked from the inside. Then go ahead and hem this dress, and voila, here we have it. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.